It's a good Friday morning, and so yesterday we were talking about stress, but today let's talk about purpose. Remember, our theme is making the difference as youths. So first, I would like us to think about a computer. When a computer is being made by an artisan, find the purpose of the computer so that he can know what softwares he can install. The same case is a person. Our artisan is God. So when God created us, He knew our purpose, and our purpose is different. My purpose is different from your purpose. That is as it was designed by God. Therefore, due to my purpose, my different purpose, so I realized when God wants to call upon me as a trainer, there is one software that is going to press in me, and the trainer is seen in myself. In another different times, he calls me to do the counseling. So there is an application that he has put in me that he is going to press, and a counselor is seen in me. So is life. So is yourself. You have got a different purpose that was designed by you, in you by God. But first of all, let's understand what's the meaning of purpose. Psychologically, purpose is defined as a stable and generalized intention to accomplish something that is at once personally meaningful and at the same time leads to productive engagement with some aspects of the world beyond the stuff. That means that for you to have a purpose, there has to be a generated intention. You have an intention. Why do you wake up every morning to go to work? Because there is a purpose, there is an intention as to why you've decided I have to wake up today and go to work. Hello? I hope you're understanding. Therefore, as a youth with a purpose, you have a generalized intention. Why am I surviving? Why are you surviving? Why are you waking up every day? Because you have a generalized intention and you have a goal to accomplish. Therefore, let us look at three characteristics of a person of a life full of purpose. Because majority of us as young people, we are living as if we are living in a normally, as if it's a norm. We don't have a purpose. So therefore, let's look at characteristics of a life full of purpose. One, a person living with a life full of purpose builds on a supportive relationship. That means it is, as a person, you are looking for, you evaluate on what, that is, you evaluate on the need to have a relationship that is mutually supportive. Which is that relationship do you have with your friends? Is it supportive? Do you have those friends whom you just call, oh, niaje, twende dunda, twende bash? But when you are in a problem, that friend of yours is not available. Is there giving excuses? Unajua siwezi make you come kukuassist, I cannot be able to start with you. But with a purpose, you have friends whom you have a mutual relationship with. And note, on building on a supportive relationship doesn't call for you to go and eliminate all friends that you have. But building on a supportive relationship entails what you can do for your friends, not only what they can do for you, but also what can you do for your friends. So it's a two-way thing, what they can do for you and what you can do for them. That is one characteristic of a person who is living life full of purpose. Not better. Right people lift up your life. But wrong people are going to drag your life. That is, right people will always be able to help you to reach your goals. Wrong people, wrong friendship will always be there to drag you from achieving your goals because they are not ready to accept you to go beyond what they can get. But if you have friends who are ready to assist you and who have a life full of purpose, they are also going to lift you up and make you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Characteristic number 2 is takes responsibility. That is, they don't escape from their problems. They don't blame each other for their failures and accept responsibility of the results achieved. Majority of us, like the young people, have always been in the blame game and hiding in the bushes. When things go wrong, we start saying it's because my friend wasn't supportive. It's because my friend alinifikisha hapa akaniacha. But as a person living full of purpose, you have to take responsibility of your life. Anything that happens in your life, anything that you start in your life will always have the consequences. So be ready to take the responsibility. Characteristic number 3 is they are authentic. That means they understand self. They understand self, knows their values, principles, goals. Remember, nothing is more creative than a brilliant mind with a purpose. A brilliant mind with a purpose will always be creative. Therefore, as point number 2 was saying, they take responsibility of anything that happens in their life. That means if there is a failure, because that person is authentic, he understands himself, understands his own goals and principles and values oneself, he's able to come up with an invention that is going to solve the failure. Therefore, he or she shall not have time to blame others for his failure. That is, if at all you are a young person living a life full of purpose. Point number 4 is keeps moving forward. For example, there is a saying that says that if you hang out with chickens, in quotes, you are going to croak and scratch on the ground. But if you hang out with eagles, you are going to soar high. So it's this keeps moving on. They are not interested with their past. For example, sisi kama young people, we are always studying on our past. Nilizaliwa kwa familia yenye haina pesa, unajua watu wetu hawasomangi, unajua majority of our people in our family are poor. So where are you poor? They were the ones who were poor. So stop living in the past. Move forward. Work to move forward. Stand life full of purpose and think of moving forward to ensure that the future shall be bright. This means that life full of purpose always calls for improvement. You will always be ready to improve from the grade or from the level that you are yesterday, that you are in the past. You will always be ready to look for improvement in your families, because our parents may not have done much, but we should be in a position to stand to improve what they were not able to do. Are we understanding? Then one day, a man called Tony Robbins once said, the past doesn't equal the future unless you choose to live there. That is, the past doesn't equal the future unless you choose to live there. So if you choose that I'll be living in the past ya kugaga ati andu aitu mari aritu gwitu gutithomagwo ona gwitu gukagite agamekaga. If you live in the past, you live there, utakaa hapo. But in mind that the past doesn't equal the future, you have to work hard and improve. Look for improvement. Therefore, it was that simple and that short. That is very full of purpose, and I am sure that we are changing. Not even many. I don't want to change 20, 30 youths, just 3 or 4. Remember, our theme is making the difference. Thank you so much. I'll see your comments, your views. Make your views. What do you understand by life full of purpose? If you have more other characteristics of persons living life full of purpose, drop up. See you next time. Let's talk about mediocrity. Remember, it is making the difference.